with Stephen Moore, the longtime senior Trump economic advisor, chairman at Unleash Prosperity. Welcome back, my friend.
Hey, great to be with you. By the way, I like that. Common sense versus communism. I haven't heard that before. And I think that should be the theme of what these November elections should be about. And of course, 2028, because look, I was just looking at the numbers. Do you know who the front runner is for the Democratic presidential?
AOC.
AOC. I mean, who would have ever thought of it? Who's going to be her? Bernie Sanders going to be your running mate? I mean, it really, by the way, we laugh about this, but it's scary. It really is frightening because, we only have two political parties in this country, and one of them has gone so over, and I'm not a rah-rah Republican, Ed, you've known me a long time, but come on, I mean, you cannot have a party that wants to be, run like Cuba.
So when NBC News has this new poll saying that 77% of voters, so that clearly includes some Democrats, some independents, and a whole lot of Republicans, don't buy the socialism, communism thing, and it scares them. Is that a golden opportunity for the president?
It should be. I mean, listen, I'm looking at the economy. I'm an economist, and things look pretty good. I mean, I'm going to give the economy a B plus. You look at the fact that we're just dominating the technology industries. The income for the median income family in the last 18 months since Trump became president, up $3,000. That's above inflation. People are, of course, angry about gas prices and grocery prices. So we got to do more to bring those down. But you look at, I mean, our economy, Ed, is really the envy of the world. You look at Japan, you look at Germany, you look at Europe, you look at the UK, the US, even China. They're looking at the US, and we're doing much better than any other country thanks to Trump's policies.
And on the other side, I talked about socialism being on the ballot. He's already in office, Mamdani. But just today, as the president's in Michigan, the mayor lays out more details on opening 5 city-run, tax-funded grocery stores. The details are downright Soviet. Listen.
Here's how it will work. Once a month, our 5 city-run grocery stores will set prices for this core set of goods at 30% below typical retail prices. No exceptions, no gimmicks. The savings will last for the entire month.
He's going to set the grocery store prices. And we can laugh, but on the other hand, what happened to capitalism in America? People are like, this will never happen in America. It may be happening in New York City, folks.
So, I mean, a listener will like, Zohran, why don't you just give the food away for free? That's where they're headed with this. I'm going to make a prediction. If he goes forward with this agenda, within about 12 months, those grocery stores will all be bankrupt, except it's the city government. And then they're going to go bankrupt. And you know what they're going to do? Ed, they're going to come to rushing to Washington saying, give us a bailout. Give us a bailout. Bankrupt, and you think you're going to pay all these bills with the rich people. You're right. No states have lost more millionaires and billionaires and rich people and working class people than New York and California. They already have the highest taxes in the country.
Now, absolutely. You published in your newsletter today this Wall Street Journal article about a homelessness boom in Los Angeles. And I think this is happening from coast to coast, where there's more homeless people. The rich people and the middle class are leaving California, LA, specific cities, and welfare and homelessness are going through the roof.
So I'm always amazed by the statistic, and I'm sure you've heard it because you've lived in New York and Florida. We're trying to find a place in Florida, but it's getting so crowded there. Everybody's moving there. But, Florida has roughly the same population as New York. They're both about equal. Florida's a little bit bigger. And yet Florida only spends half as much money as New York does on their budget. And yet the services, you've been in both states. Which state has better services?
Florida, period. End of story.
Half the cost.
It's unbelievable what DeSantis has done, as well as the president nationally. Yeah. Last thing, the EU. The president last week made it clear he is fed up with what the EU did fighting Google. They've gone after Apple and Meta, and he wrote, the United States of America is not a piggy bank for Europe, nor will we allow it to be. Please let this truth serve to represent. We will immediately initiate a big investigation. We're tired of you robbing American companies and the American taxpayer. So my point is, what is going on right now? Because in terms of America first, you see the president standing up. Europe's economies are in deep, deep trouble. They're not growing like America. The UK and others. And so they're trying to make up for that by coming after American companies. How do we stop it?
Well, first of all, how could you call Google a monopoly? The last time I checked and tried to use Google, you know what they charged me? Nothing. So how's that a monopoly? Free searches. Listen, this is envy. This is envy by Europe. If you look at 9 of the 10 companies in the technology sector of the economy, Ed, 9 of the 10 most productive and valuable companies, they're made in the US of A. We're going to dominate the technology industries. We're going to continue to dominate the internet. And I think we're going to dominate AI. And that's because we're an innovative country. We got a president who's pro-business. And the only thing that can stop us now is socialism.
There you go. And he said it today. It's the golden age of America, and it's socialism and communism might be in the way. He said, in fact, Stephen, that the president, that this is a bigger threat than 9/11 and Pearl Harbor, that America's got to wake up. So you issued that wake-up call tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.